filled with several sentences. Your task is to underline the modals and circle the descriptive words. After you're finished, discuss with your partner why those specific words were used in each sentence, and you'll have 7 minutes for this task. Are my instructions clear? Alright, so your time starts now. Alright, time is up. Let us check your answers. So with number 1, the modal verb that is in the sentence is the modal verb must. So the must is actually a modal verb that entails an obligation that needs to be acted upon. And number 2, the movie was absolutely fantastic. I would watch it again. So describing the movie are the words absolutely fantastic. So therefore, absolutely fantastic are descriptive words. So here are the guide questions. Why was a specific modal or descriptive word used? And how does it affect the tone of the sentence? Does anyone have an idea? Alright, can you please stand? Thank you for that observation. And now, let us proceed. So, here are the modal verbs in English. So, we have will, would, may, might, can, could, must, ought to, shall, and should. And these are the sample adjectives and adverbs that we use in daily life or to create evaluations and feedbacks depending on what we are looking at or what we are exactly evaluating. So,